All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. Just quick market check right now. QQQ for the Nasdaq 100 is down 1.65%. It continued to go down since the market opened, so not a very good sign. Let me show you the chart right here. It's pretty heavy selling right now. It's really spreading to more and more growth stocks right now in terms of the downtrend. SPY is down almost 1%, 0.97%. Dow is down 0.23%, and Russell is down 0.88%. So yeah, it's very brutal right now, the market. Um, this is the IWM ETF for Russell. I mean, everything, all the mega caps are red. Tesla down 6.9%. Um, yeah, semiconductors down 2.3%. Software IGV ETF down 2.8%. Yeah, it's just really bad right now. Um, so yeah, who knows how long this sell-off will last? But at some point, it's gonna find some stability in the market, and hopefully, things will get better after that, right? So that's what we're hoping for. So you know, one of my strengths has always been like trying to not buy stocks in the downtrend, but trying to how do you say get ready for the next round. Yeah, that's probably the best way of saying it. So you don't look away when the market is in correction. In fact, that's when usually I spend the most time, because there's going to be so many stocks setting up. And not only that, you're going to see which stocks actually are beginning to perform better than the other stocks. So that gives you the relative strength, and that gives you a sign that these stocks are might be done selling and already starting to move back up. So that's what we're doing. Okay, like a lot of people like get um, you know feel lost at times like this. They're like, oh, I don't want to look at the market no more. Especially if you own lots of stocks right now, you're just letting it drop and letting it drop, right? Like, it's unfortunate if you didn't sell before and you didn't sell now, or like you might say, oh, it's too late to sell now, right? Like, it's just part of our emotions when it comes to trading. Um, so anyhow, but yeah, like I said, we're looking for the next leaders, and what are the next group that will become the leaders, Now you might say, oh yeah, it's gonna be App, it's gonna be Palantir, like the same stocks are gonna be the leaders again, right? You know, or some of the AI stocks, even like, but we don't know that for sure, right? And like I said, we don't know how long this downtrend will last. It could last a whole month or 2 months, or even longer. So okay, so this is my Excel spreadsheet that I look at every day. So let's look at how many hires date, meaning how many make highs yesterday. So let me filter that. Okay, yesterday was February 24th. So here you go. There's only a few stocks that are making new highs. This is probably one of the lowest I've ever seen. 7 out of like 350 stocks. So I record this. So if I bring to the right here, I will record it. So 7 stocks making new high. That is definitely the lowest in a while. Look at that. Like, this is super low. So, and you can see ABT, Co-op, MBO, Prime, Bro, EBD. We probably need to take a look at this stocks afterward, just to see if there's possibility to see what's going on there, right? So these are new high lists here. Okay, then let's see how many stocks still in uptrend. 42. So 42 stocks. Um, 42 stocks. So that's the same as last Friday. Okay. Let's look at how many in downtrend still. So some stocks basically are still holding up their 10 and 21 day. That's what this means, 10 and 21 day. So downtrend we have 307. Hold on a second. Why this number looks very similar? Yeah, it looks very similar to Friday's. So 307 stocks still in downtrend right now. And then how many are within 1% of the moving average? Those are like kind of on the borderline, trying to find support. 18. Okay, so almost the same number as Friday's. Yeah, exactly the same number. Okay. All right. So the next thing we look at is just relative strength high. It doesn't matter so much. This was from yesterday's. So there's still how many? 76 here on the daily relative strength. On the weekly, it doesn't matter because it's only one day, so it should be similar. Um, yeah, 61. So there's 61 that are trying to move up right now. Like both from a daily and weekly perspective, so you can see. So yeah, this number is not as important, but it did increase though. So so there's some slight improvement in terms of relative strength, which is good. Good. Despite this selling, it's actually improving a little bit. All right. So yeah, again, I mean, like lots of stocks getting hit, right? For example, I think TEM getting hit today more after earnings result. So these are the top growth stocks getting hit really hard right now. Look at this. Look at this right here. 13%. And they all basically came back below their base now, right? Like wherever, like even and like so here, like almost near the early entry point. So you basically give up all your gains if you bought it around that level. Here's another one, HIMS today, another sell off here after earnings 27% down, right? So all these growth stocks are unwinding huge right now. Like this one is coming back to the buy point right here. Look at that, right? Anyhow, um, yeah, very dangerous market right now for growth stocks. Um, even I just saw earlier from IBD mention it. ISRG, Intuitive Surgical, a pretty big cap stock, right? Doing really well lately. Look at how tight it was trading, and today it gave up. I'm not sure if there's any news, but this is pretty bad break, right? So yeah, I don't know. Not many stocks are withstanding this downtrend right now. That's the problem. That is the problem. The other areas that are also getting hit hard is the AI power, like data center stocks, all the power stuff, right? Like for example, CEG. Look at this. So this is the deep sell-off. It bounced back, and then look at the recent sell-off right now. It just hit new low right now. Just hit new low today. Okay, very brutal, right? Um, let's look at GEV. GE Vernova. Look at this, hitting new lows. Like this is even undercut the base. Like I mean, if you hold on to this, you are like down a lot if you have bought in this space. Uh, VST. Look at this, making new lows. This market is brutal. Like this is really bad right now, and we have no idea how far it's going. Like this is the 200-day line. You would think they will find some support here. That's probably the next support line. Um, The power equipment group, VRT, look at this. It broke the 200-day. Not only undercut the base, it broke it now. Look, it's free fall right now. This is what could happen. This is a good example. What could happen to many stocks right now? If they break 200-day, which is their long-term moving average, that's what it looks like. Like people just start giving up, and also panic sets in, right? Like who's gonna be the last one? It's like a musical chair. Who's gonna be the last one out? Every day you see it go down, go down, go down. Emotions kick in, like you're losing a lot. Um, yeah. CLS, this one also started to fall. Like this one, came back up on the earnings after the deep sea sell off, and then it went stable. And then look at it now, it's starting to come down hard as well. So it just broke the 50-day again today. Doesn't look good. Yeah. Okay. So enough of the bad stuff. There's lots of that's like I said, stocks getting sell off even today. Um, let's see what else is bucking this trend right now. So market check QQQ is still down negative 1.645%. So it's still down, still near the lows. You can look at the intraday here. Look at this chart. Look at this. The bounce, so like I mean, it's trying to find support right now at this level. If it fell, it will probably go down further. So okay, let's go back to stocks on the move. So this is IBD screen. So I talk about this every day. We're trying to find stocks on the move. What that means is they're moving up on higher volume than their previous day usually. Um, and usually they only show 20 stocks, right? That's the default. And look at this, we only have 10 stocks out of the whole market. There's only 10 stocks on the move right now. So that's really bad. Um, it's not an environment to be aggressive at all. So some of these stocks might be bucking the trend, but it just shows how bad the environment is when you have less than 20 stocks in the whole market that based on IBD criteria that their growth stocks just doesn't meet this criteria, and also many stocks are getting. So look at the downside. The way TCOM reported got killed today. UCTT also reported got killed. HAMS reported got killed. Look at this stocks here. Zoom also reported didn't do like just getting hammered. Ham here, right? I think VCYT also might have reported. Yeah, look at the volume. Like this is like 600%. This is not huge sell-off, huge volume, huge sell-off. All right, let's see again, there's not much to do right now. Like unless you want to be aggressive and buy into some of these stocks that are bucking the trend. Um, anyhow, AXGN. Let's take a look at that. So this one report earnings, and you can see it's very volatile. It probably gapped down this morning. Yeah, there you go. It gapped down and then it bounced back. So this is a really good sign. Like I like stocks that shake out quite a bit of people, right? Like here it shake out a lot of people, and everyone sold into the open, and then it came back. So yeah, so that's a good sign. So let's look at the weekly earnings here. So sometimes the earnings, because it's report on today, it doesn't get updated right away. But you can see prior, like this is, you know, not updated yet, but at least prior it was positive. Look at all these positive numbers, right? So December negative -0.6 to -0.4. So it came out as -0.7. That's assuming this number is correct. I don't know. Then March negative -0.6 to -0.1, 1 cent, 5 cent to 8 cent, and 7 to 11. So again, before the earnings came out, this assuming this numbers hasn't updated yet, it's a good number, and it has done well. Look at this, it has done well. Anyhow, so after the earnings report, like I said, it did now this is a very small cap, under $20 stock, so definitely have more swing right on the intraday chart. So again, I found support right here on the 50-day, support right here. Today it broke it again. That shake out a lot of people. Then it bounced back. So this chart pattern looks so far looks good. Like at this point right now, and it make new high. So that's a very powerful move. So let me see if it's on my growth list here. So prior to today, it wasn't doing much. 334 ranking, right? It wasn't doing much because it's been going sideways for a while, right? Look at this, it's going sideways for a while. So, but now it broke out, and let me go back to my move screen here on my Excel. So AXGN is right here. So yeah, it's making new high. You can put it on your watch list. Again, it didn't do well in the past, but now that it has earnings, will it actually go after this? That's something we'll have to see. At least for today, it did on high volume and breakout. And again, $20 stop. It's going to be volatile. It can swing like, who knows? Tomorrow it can come back all the way to the 10-day, which is right there. So just be cautious. Again, in this environment, many stocks are swimming against the current which is coming down, right? The general market is coming down. So swimming against the current is not an easy task, and it could work for some stocks, but like I say, you just have to watch it carefully and make sure you can swim against the current. And there's probably more risk than reward if something's go bad. So there's something to be careful about. ARGX, almost similar symbol, but it's different stock. We talked about this before. Strong earnings, starting to slide a little bit, right? You can see here, and it's reporting in 2 days, so also lots of risk. So to take before the earnings. So let's put that on reporting right now. Okay, Lily. Um, so Lily is a stock I'm still holding right now, and I contemplate on adding to it lately because it's just so powerful. Look at this nice pattern. This is a nice cup. It hasn't drawn the handle, but it's more clear. The handle is right here, and it broke out today. So here's the cup, but this is the handle right here. Um, and look at the handle volume on the downside. It's very low. And look at the buy volume on the buy, like it's much higher. It's all above average. And today you can see it clearly broke out from this buy point. Now it did pull back so far a little bit. Let me see. So it gapped up and then it pulled back very little. Look, it's holding on. Look at the lows here. It doesn't want to make new lows, right? So yeah, there's a high chance I will add to this, I think. Yeah. Let me see what the market check is right now. Okay, QQQ is down 1.52%, so it improved like 0.1% since the last time I talked about it. So, um, yeah, it hasn't improved much. So, yeah, let's watch this, right? Like I think there's a high chance I'll add to this today because it's just doing so well. Like it's quite remarkable actually that we can do this well in this environment. This is number 33 ranking right now. All right, I think UTHR is reporting uh today or tomorrow. Yeah, 26 tomorrow. So that one, yeah, it's too high risk to take into it now. Okay. Um, so let's continue. Faro, I think Faro. This is a biotech. Is it? No. Hold on. The site Marketsurge is a little bit slow today. I don't know why. Okay, so this is electrical scientific measurement. Um, okay, so it react on earnings today. Look at that. Okay. Um, let's look at the numbers again. It might not be updated. Okay, looks like it got updated. Okay, so 78, 8, 14, 17. So not bad. Like this one is under 10%, so probably not for me. I'm very strict on those numbers. So but it bounced today, so something you can watch for, I guess. But yeah, for me, it's a pass at this moment. All right, then we have CLS. I think we kind of quickly took a look at that. Not doing that well. A lot of stocks they will, what I call a technical bounce. If they drop really fast and then they bounce back, right? But usually they don't last. So like this morning, I think it was like green, but then it kind of, look at this, it fall apart. Like if I go to 5 minute chart, see, this was the bounce right here, right? It was green in the first, 10, 15 minutes, and then it gave up, right? So you gotta be careful in a downtrend. Stocks will tend to bounce back a little bit just to make you think, hey, this might be the low, but really it just continues after it doesn't have much power. It can't last. That's why, especially in a downtrend, I don't buy stocks in early in the morning because they usually come back down. Um, so there's no rush to go into a stock. So anyhow, um, yeah. So this is like new low right now. DRS. Oh, look at this. It doesn't look good at all. This is aerospace defense. It's good numbers, but the stock chart is just horrible. Yeah, it's hitting new lows right now. Okay, Deutsche Bank, DB. Um, this one has a negative quarter here. So, but the chart is really good looking. Look at this. Has a slight pullback here for a couple of weeks, but then it bounced back, making new highs today. $21 stock, 44 billion market cap. Yeah, look at this, finding support at the 10-day. Look at that. Look at the volume on the buy side, the blue bars. It's all above average. There's some selling, but like I said, the selling couldn't bring down the price that much. Look at that, right? So really good chart. But for me, it's a pass just because of the fundamentals. Let's look at co-op here. Co-op has strong earnings guidance. I think it just reported. This is a nice cup pattern. It's not a fast. I think I talked about this yesterday. It's not a fast moving stock, but it is moving. Just slowly, but it's moving. It's an uptrend. So here you go. It's starting to maybe even accelerate a little bit. You see, it's starting a little bit. Um, yeah, it looks okay. This is ranking. Let's check the ranking here. Now, this ranking is from January 10. Um, I'll probably be switching very soon to maybe more later one, closer to current time frame. It's now over 6 weeks, but like yeah, because in the last 2 weeks, probably a lot of the ranking has shifted, right? So because yeah, like stocks like Co-op is probably ranked higher now, because they yeah. Anyhow, 44. That's pretty good. 44. I mean, yeah, I could take a position today if it holds strong today. EQH, strong earnings. It just reported not that long. So there was that. I don't know if that was the same week, but anyhow, let me go to daily chart. So here's a breakout. It climbed, then it pulled back right here. I did trade this right here, and then it pulled back again. So it's been more choppy lately. That's the only problem with this one. But we did see 2 weeks of strong volume coming in. Today it couldn't go higher. That's the problem. So I don't like this recent action right here. It just doesn't hold, like it's trying to hold on, but barely though, right? Barely. So, so yeah, I say this is a normal type of trend right now. Nothing spectacular. Um, okay, back to the stock on the move. ERJ, that one doesn't have earnings, so I pass. Okay, looks like CRS. CRS, we did talk about it, I believe yesterday too. Steel, it's holding really tight. So here's the recent pullback. So this might be, I don't know if this tariff related or what, but it was a huge bounce. Um, then it pulled back once more. Now this morning it also tried to go higher, but it just has no power, and it pulls back again. So this is what happens. The market is in such a bad downtrend. It's even the stocks that want to move, they get pulled back down. So just because there's just so much selling. Um, yeah, it's okay, but it's just overall it's still a good chart right here, just because it's above 10-day slightly. But we'll see. I think we have to put it on the watch list. And let's see where this is ranking here. 117, not too strong, but yeah, probably it would be higher if it closed at the top today. So let's watch this, right? Um, okay. So Billy, let's go to the retail here. So this is Chinese stock. Yesterday, Chinese stock got hammered, and it forced a lot of my Chinese stocks out, including Billy recently. Yeah, yesterday. Today it bounced back. So, and I talk about this, right? The Chinese stocks, they can run, but they can also fall hard. So here's a gap up, here's a gap down, here's a gap up again, here's a gap down, right? So it just gap up, gap down, gap up. It's pretty crazy, especially for a $20 stock. It's so easy to do that. Now today's bounce is kind of weak in my opinion, right? It did find support though, so we'll see if this support hold. Like, so this is my downtrend right there. That's the downtrend line I drew. Which is very steep, right? This is still like 60-degree angle down. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't jump back in right away. We'll see. But again, is this an environment you want to trade volatile stocks? That's probably another bigger question. Uh, but yeah, it is bouncing today, so you can watch it. But it's not really near any. I mean, like, you could buy on the bounce, but if it fell again, at least your risk level is very low. So this is rank number 17. It's really high. Yeah. So let me share how if I do buy it here, right on this bounce, then my stop will be the previous day's low right there. Then your risk level is not that much. Maybe what? It's still high because this is a $20 stock. So right now it's 21.50. So if I look at the low here, uh, 2014 is the low. So that's slightly one. $1.40. So um, yeah, that's roughly like 7% risk, I think. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I can't calculate it now in my head, but yes, yeah, it's 147%. It's around there. So it's not too bad the risk for a stock that is at $20. But it can move a lot in a day, so easily move 10% a day easily. Anyhow, that's that. Miniso, I don't think this have good earnings. Right here, earnings are actually pretty good. It's all above 10%. That's my criteria. So this has been on a downtrend. It is reporting tomorrow, so it's too much risk to buy at this moment. Um, it did bounce back. Like I said, this is bouncing this morning. Um, if you draw the downtrend line on the 10-day slope, that's what it looks like. So yeah, I would wait. There's no, again, in this environment, there's no need to rush in to the market. It's just, you know, be patient. Um, there's lots of opportunity. Like for example, let's say tomorrow it report good and it jump back up. Let me draw the line here. Sorry, it jump back up, let's say to this level or even more. Well, you still have a lot of room to run. Like this is probably the previous high, like a bulk of the previous highs over here, and then it could still break out. You know, yeah, there's lots of room to run. Like there's no need to rush in. This is currently down 25% from the peak. So looking at the ranking, let me see the ranking here on my growth list. It's pretty low, you see, because it's been correcting, right? 316. Now, the only reason I use the ranking, for those who doesn't know, is because you always want to put your money in the top ranking stocks first, because those are the ones that have proven that they have performed in the past, right? Versus the stock that is trying to move from a, like for Miniso, for example, it's been in a downtrend for a while, right? And yes, they can come back up and give you lots of gains. Yes, of course. But you have lots of resistance as it come up. That's the problem. Like if you come up to here, there's more people on this side who want to sell. You come up to here, there's more people on this side who wants to sell. And so there's more resistance, right? So the performance may not be the strongest as it come back up the right side. So that's the reason why I tend to more focus on stocks that are already hitting new highs versus stocks that are still in the base. But right now everything is getting reset. All the growth stocks are getting reset. There's no need to rush. We don't know who's going to be the leader in the next rally. So we just want to watch a lot of stocks and see who shows strength. And maybe even use smaller positions if you get into stock just to, you know, track it and also make you more focused. Here's Netflix. So Netflix was doing really well, but now it's starting to fall apart. All the mega caps starting to fall apart, which is kind of scary actually. So here, this is a pretty strong slope down. So again, this morning it was up. That's why it was on stocks on the move. And look at it now. It's giving back, right? So this morning it was slightly up. And look at how fast it's going down. Um, it's trying to bounce right now, but it looks pretty weak to me. So this is hitting new low. SFM. This one is wow. So I was trading this stock right there, and there was a huge day of volume selling right there. That's why I got out. But look at how fast it dropped. This is this is the thing that I've been talking about lately. Just the strength of the downside is immense, immense. Right, the volume is huge. Um, yeah, like people are rushing to get out. It's not even like people are trying to hold on. They're just rushing to get out. This is not good. And so this is like really weak bounce, really weak, right? Like it barely moved, really. On the chart, you go to weekly chart, you can't even see a dent of the bounce. So it's just so bad. All right, let's see what else left here. So we have four, what else? APG. There's not many stocks, right, to look at really on the move anyway. Um, so let's click for. It has a lower earnings guidance in the fourth quarter. It's trying to bounce right now. So to me, this is a very weak bounce. You know, you can almost draw a trend line on the highs here, and it's in a downtrend. So the bounce is very weak. It can't even surpass the recent downtrend right here. Um, yeah, so very weak bounce. So for it's a very big bounce here. And then the other stock is APG, which is reporting. So we wouldn't look at it. Too much risk. So that's that. Okay, let's look at the stocks that was making new highs, right? And then that will be it for today. ABT. So this is not on stocks in the mood, so it's clear. ABT. So this is a medical diversified. 9 to 11% earnings growth, pretty stable. Sales single digit, but it's all positive. Look at this move. Wow. It was on my list a few times before, but I just never pulled the trigger because I don't know. I don't know why, but let me see the ranking here. Now it's ranked 32. That's pretty good. So yeah, it's a little bit extended now because probably the last buy point is right here, first or second day of bounce, and now it's a little bit extended, right? Um, so but it got extended a lot before, right? From here to here. So that was the extension from there to there. So this one actually doesn't look too bad yet compared to this one. But anyhow, I don't usually buy on third or fourth day of bounce. So that's just my own trading style. But yeah, but it's doing really well actually. Yeah. So this is like I would track it. You know, if it gives another pullback here, and then bounce, it might give another chance of entry. Um, we'll see. We'll see. But this is ranked, yeah, really good, 32. Co-op we already talked about, right? That one's pretty good, rank 44 here. These are stocks that are making new highs, so that's really powerful actually. At least recent highs, right? So this one also making new highs right now. Look at this. Um, Yesterday probably should have taken a position, but I didn't. Just again, the market is scaring me a lot, the general market, and it takes me a lot to put in new money right now, especially in new stock. But I think it looks good because it followed Lily's pattern right now. And it broke this really long-term trend line, and it followed through today, like after yesterday. So for me now, I feel very comfortable getting into this stock because it proven itself that it can follow through, right? Now, of course, it can still fail. This stock can still fail and come back, but with anything, they always have a chance of failure. So to me, the chance of failure is lower here because of the follow through today. If we can hold where it's at today and stay green for the rest of the day, I think there's a good chance to get in here. So let's look at the ranking. 59. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, a lot of stocks are going down in ranking because they're correcting so much, right? Like 5, 10%, 20% even, right? So they're moving down in ranking, and then these ones are moving up. They're moving up in ranking even faster because the other group is going down faster too, right? So okay, PRMB. Again, we don't know if these guys will be the leaders, but right now it's acting like a leader. Look at this earnings. It's increasing to triple digit growth. The sales is pretty good too. So this is beverages, right? So this is $34. So it's past the $20 mark, so it's going to be less volatile. You can see there's lots of weekly range here that are very big range, right? Um, and even this pullback here, that's probably the earnings. Let me check the daily now. So here's a shakeout. Look at that reversal. So this is the breakout 2 days ago, and then it fall through the second day. Today is pulling back. So the key is when you pull back, you want to see lower volume. And so far it seems normal volume, so that's good. So this might give you a chance to get in. Um, so PRMB again, another good stock to watch. Let me see what the ranking is. 81. Bro, bro is insurance. Okay, the earnings not as strong, so I will probably pass on this. But you can see it's starting to come out of the base, right? So here's a nice cup base. Today you see it's trying to break out. But yeah, I'll probably pass on this just because lower earnings for me. eBay. Who would have thought eBay is doing well right now? Such an old name, but somehow it's doing well. So here's eBay chart building a cup base, trying to come out. Let me go to the earnings. So it's not bad, 7-9%. A little bit lower than my what I want to see, but the chart pattern looks okay. Yeah, but I'll pass on this because it's just lower earnings for me. D, this is utility. So I don't know, like if utility sector. So this one has earnings slowly climbing up. So this is not a fast moving stock. It's a big cap. Um, but it's very choppy though recently. Look at that. But it's starting to stabilize a little bit. You see, it's holding the 10-day here, and now it's sitting comfortably above the 10-day now. Stop. Like meaning it's not coming back to the 10-day as easy, right? So it's looking good. The volume is there too. The buying volume. You see all the blue bars, and then the selling volume like a little bit down there. And then this one yesterday, even though average volume, it didn't come down in price too much. So it's looking good. This is probably going to be more defensive. So maybe it could work in this environment. Um, yeah. So let's see what the ranking is. I don't even know if it's on my list. Oh yeah, it came from my list, so it has to be on my list. 142. So that's not too bad. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. At some point the market will turn, and some of these leaders will take off even faster, and then some of the older stocks like Apple and Palantir, those names will bounce again. The problem with the bounce is it a technical bounce because it came down so fast? No, let me jump to the chart because it's harder to talk about it without the chart. So let me go to Palantir here. So you see this slope is so crazy right now. Like if I draw the highs right there, the slope is like 70 degree or even more, 75 degree. And if it bounce and it come across that line, does that mean it's gonna bounce back? No, right? Because the slope is so like sometimes it's just gonna take a break from the sell, right? Like 1 or 2 days, it can bounce right there, and then it resume. Like then the slope become this. So then and then it goes down, and then it's gonna bounce again, and then maybe this time it will break this slope, and then the slope now become more of a 45-degree angle, Now, when it's 45-degree angle, it's kind of like even, right, between in terms of the chart. And so here, if it breaks out, it has a higher chance of success, but it still could fail even when it got this far. So anyhow, very seldom stocks will do a V shape, like a V shape bounce, and then it works. Very seldom. That's very seldom. So like meaning like this, right? Um, yeah. So anyhow, all right. Thank you everyone for watching today's stream. Thank you for joining. See you again. Have a good day. Bye bye.